Chiria Grace Pade Wanzala, Kiza Andrew Namitego Kaluya, Kiza Kenneth Nyendoha, Chikabi Edward, Chinarwa James, Chinobere Herbert Tom, Chinshaba Peace Nkunda, Chiruruta Yusuf Junior Nkeretanyi, Chirumira Hassan, Chirunji Annette Pamela.
Kisa Stephen Bakuba Riayo, Kiseka Salim, Kitanywa Sowed, Kitty Peter, Kitiyo Patrick, Kiwanuka Abdara, Kiwanuka Keifa, Kiwanuka Suleiman, Kiyimba Emmanuel, Chionga WCB. Chiza Hakim Saula, Komakej Christopher, Komol Joseph Mindi, Kugonza Emily, Kungu Samuel Bamuteze, Kutesa Mary Kamuli, Kutesa Patrick,
Kweyuchin Grace Freedom, Quiz
Kwizera Eddie Wagahung, Chambade Amelia Ann, Charampe Rebecca, Charikunda Roida Twinomjuni, Cheyune Haruna Kasolo, Cheyune Ivan, Chogabire Jackie Muganda, Lakisa Masi Faith, Lamwaka Catherine, Lanyero Christine Awani, Lenia Charity Kevin, Linda Irene.
Okay, I'll read. 248, Lochap. Lochap.
Lochap Peter Ken, Logose Sarah Annette, Loki John Baptist, Lokor Albert, Lokor Stephenson Yoyo, Lokbal Emma, Lokwang Hilary, Lolem Mika Akisile, Loluk Fidelis, Logwe, Logoli Simon Peter. Lowila Sidi Okateyot, Lubega George Willie, Lubowa Sebina Javira, Lugolobi Amos, Lugolobi Willie Bagayente, Rugwar Benson, Ruchams David Karanga, Lule Eria Eric, Luyimba Zina Lukola Elias.
That's next
Ransa Sula Sara, Mala Zahara Yurika, Mafavi Asha Nambulo, Maganda Julius Wandera, Magogo Moses Hasim, Makumbi Henry Kamya, Malende Shamim, Malinga Isaac Maikut, Mamawi James, Mao Nobat, Mariam Saif. Masaba Karim, Masaba Muhammad Mutenyo, Maseruka Robert, Masiko Henry Moses, Matembu Chris Wataka, Matovu Emmanuel Magola, Mawanda Mike Maranga, Mayanja Moses, Mbaba Jacqueline,
Mbalibula Christopher Chibanzanga Tabana, Meme Sylvia, Migadde Robert Ndugwa, Mirembe Lydia Daffin, Modoi Isaac, Mande Julius Rude, Mpata Sale, Mpindi Bomali, Mubanjizi Didan, Mudiobole Abedi Nassa, Mudukoi Fred Oduchu, Mugabe Robert, Mugabe Muzale Martin Chisule, Mugenyi Joseph, Mujira James, Mugisa Margaret Mohanga, Mohenda Ronald, Mohoza Desire, Mohoej Jim Katugugu, Mujungu Jennifer, Mujoni Asensio Mari. Mukaye Miriam, Muchiri Elias Serunjoji, Mukisa Robin Hope, Mulemia Ismail Sowedi, Mulindwa David Isimbwa, Musa Noah, Musanje Moses, Musasizi Henry Aliganyira, Mushabe Rujoki Ruth, Musira John, Musinguzi Patrick, Musisi George, Mtasingwa Diana Nankunda, Mutebi Bernard Mugoya, Mutego Ronald Hanguja, Mutekanga Zadok, Mutonyi Rose Masava, Muyonjo Hussein, Muzaidi Kemisi, Mwesigwa Matthias.
Parliament live kuruga Kololo Previous Parliament Rione Gendo Mission of Tera Karuru akobwa speaker abarabe bari ba deputy uko kariyo ngaterwe saezi ndakumanyisa ngo muno bitu wa TV West akarura ka speaker main Jacob both yabasa kubana akasingana n'obururu bina anana kamwe Paul Mwil wa NUP yayobururu nkaga Nobert Mao yayobururu 15 na mwanyuma Jacob yabasa kubana arangijwe nka speaker wa parliament 12 Jimmy Muhumuzanchiriho ni ndebo munonga no kwereza byone biriyo mugendo misho hamwe no kuretera abantu batari mu na bamwe abarabase kubana ba kwereza entegateka zabo haburo buriyo n'ubuterwa misho buriyo n'ubugendo misho no kuterwa kandi ubwo hata karuru ka deputy speaker ko kariyo katerwa Thomas Tayebwa nuwarho Asinance Nyakato okurugo mu Ruhoima na warho kubasa kubana ba hayana no hara atware entebeji bakiriyo nibeta amazina abanyishengero batari bamwe na bamwe bariyo mbageno mission of Tera Karuru ahanyineho Robert Rwa Paramenti kandi umwaka kwasaganya ahanshunga za mobilization n'umuha mu State House ningaso makago bwa president reka twentekateka ye aha Tour of Parliament iwe Tour of Parliament no giriye buta
amazina nabanyita Robert Rwa Paramenti ndi mushikanisa w'ubutegeki umaka w'umumbezi w'ihanga General Orw'Okutoorana Sipiika President wa Uganda uranga yashikira hamashita akebembera Uganda ko mutebekene iri mu buteka bwari resta hitugambira shahigi General Orw'Okutoorana Sipiika shitamyaho yahika hakari munonga mbena amashita gakira mengi mbeno ntwara umusuko kusima ukiteresa president wa Uganda na munonga kusima abanya Uganda mwe bari munonga akaruru kumwa muhiro ngwingi mwe bari munonga mu mwakozire ninjira kugambira abantu businge ninkerisho kuri kutokora ubutakindi kintu cyo kwaza kureba shaje kusanga parliament ne gendo mission abantu baronda speaker na deputy taru kintu no businge aho businge bwa taruho to kubaza kwemerera hangu maza kutera karuki kubasika imbuna ne gambira mu parliament de stama mwe no businge ne kintu kikuru munonga mwe tumusiye munonga General Orw'Okutoorana Sipiika kandi chairman wa party ikintu cha NRM nshaba bebembezi wadi honorable speaker yarabamu akaruru yakasinga zuntumsimira horhanga ntumwendeze birungi deputy na wakarubani bakatera naho nimwe naza kasingira heguru akabayisire nakuru mu rumurungi is very good kada ndebo right honorable Thomas Tayebwa kuzuru mu rumurungi muhango bano parliament egi ikinkureba next president ayisire nagambira abantu enguzi nendo warambe munonga hihanga konka kandi omuru wenguzi no kugihereza umugabo nugumwe ngo abagiriye abakora n'abashemerwa umugabo gwanye nugumwe mbwena ninshaba ne yiwo kuhereza enguzi ne ukirwanise munonga reka kuvana no gubo kugiria kugiha ne yiwo kugiria no guwagiha nabona abatari umuntu murungi mbwena nimbashaba tuna twatanise kuri twarwanisa enguzi parliamentegi obuvanzi wabebembeza barabiri munani kira ko nibwamba nabo abayingi nabasi konko uvunaanza bwabo no kushomesa abantu okubakubasa ku rwo mbworo no ku president Orw'Okutoorana Sipiika isina kushomesa abantu ako bible negira ngo bari yamanya batakurusto bataburirwe ngiri mbwena uwo baba bashomese twari roba babamanyira tureke kwashoboze ngutu n'amashanyarazi ibyo nentunguka yabona tintasi yamakagaido mbwene kukirana akabe ngutu nungene kurabaho urarako amashanyarazi gakurabaho urarako kuko kushomesa umuntu yarwo mboro kandi barike kwesa sente zabo nk'abame ba parliament ninza kubakorera iki no kikorera bonko government ninza kubakorera iki ebintu byana bwo mu government hino kugiye bembera mwene ko kwesa bayanga baza kubakorera bonka abantu oshanga ndabahendeka nabakwesa sente zabo ninza kushanga kandi myaka 5 tari myaka 5 iyo tugenda nshaka twagaruka mbwena nimbashaba baze kushomesa abantu bari yumboro bakoze program za government ahandi hangarwa meretebekini kandi rigi kandi ashaba n'abazeri kushembayo mutebekana sabana mboro hamsinge burungi no bihangarira tunye bebembeze barungi kuko kuko otebembeze je mwana otamukurize giye noshanga umwana nshaka natembe mezo mu parliament ninga natembe meza hakanso ha district kuko kumukuriza hamsinge murungi abo mwebembeze murungi wanyenca kare mbwena dhanga abona ko barahize kurabamu ihangano bandagenda ryo mu maisho obusinyo mu ihanga burumu konka no vuvananza bwitu nk'abanya Uganda kurenga obusinyo twabukozesaje kureba ngo twabutunga mu nimbendeza obusinge no gukora gemerumo no kurwana senguzi konka nguzi tiyabantu tebebembeze bonka twena nk'abanya Uganda twino kujurwanisa ihanga litara kagendo mu maisho
abari muronga Robert Rwakandare oba hati ikintu kigendo mission no kutera karoro ko bwa muhwezi wa speaker obukuguru buri mu gendo mission ngasika kuyege yo kuronda karuru kuri yakareno katerwa kuno yabari no bakashaba so embera nuko kweri parliament je yakurore 12 twine hunter ukurugo muri ndungamo we parliament 12 no girebo tani cyo kugiteka tekeramu obwe twine both nga speaker
yabari munonga parliament 12 yatandikira hamusinje murungi kandi umusinje gwe yatandikiraho nutureba ngo ibintu niza kuterera akwana oche kubanza tanabe yanjoraje banyeta hanta James Byenjere tukahirwa MP wa Kashara County omurintongamo parliament 12 yatandikira musinje murungi nyumwazi tugira mu caucus batugaidinga ngo tutere Jacob Oboth and Tayewa the pair turiyo tugirebamo ecyo kubanza obwesigwa
abantu bari bagira ngo ukurugero muzeta uso kuba basarire mumwe mutumwesarire mungaye mwinenteka tekeni
guidingire omuntu wena ko boryo muka ogiraho mukameka ogiraho muzire hajiro kuya guiding mbe no kuba tugaidingire tutira karuru yunani masire twareba ngo shikire kuba speaker witu 10 wa parliament 12 no mwamo both kandi ekituru kurebe kirungi nana yaturaganisa neza ko parliament etarmo oburwenguzi parliament eri kuteka abantu bona ahabwinganisa aba parliament hakuba batugambira ngo parliament ehwire kikakirugira owabira baroho twazo kwari kwenda wabutamweshongorire maybe ibintu birakubaje konka yagira ngo naza guma ry'umuntu wabantu kandi abantu binji ntumumanya nanye ni mumanya emyaka yinkoriro mu government minji tukatwa interact njirana hariya no musheija obutwine mu bwesije urukuza kwebemberaje akareta enkurakurana akahereza committees obwire bwazo na ebyo kukozesa kureba ngo parliament buri yomo wena ya contributinga cyaba cyo muntu omwe kandi hatari munanguzi
yagamba kwereza obukiko sente ninga se yetago byabo kugira ngo bukore imirimo yabo ya oversight ninga se yo kurebuza
akwa yakigambireho ngo abantu bashaba karuru mu kubanza bagira ngo omu parliament ehwire ngwe sente kwaye babuza nguzibazahwireho batakumahuzaza committees burakore mirimo konka honorable both yagira ngo buri kachiko ka parliament nibija ka sente zako kakore mirimo karete report kandi opukiko bumpa nubo kuretere nkurakurana kuba nkiba kugira ngo aganyuine ngo gati gufa obwenje bwa rugo kunoku bona bwayiterana abantu ba members ba parliament barete biteso ebiraganyiri hangere mbwe nho twinira amasuko ngo parliament eje 12 neza gukora nko kucyakubekiri omumateka gihanga
ufite gero mission ufite karoro ko wa deputy ninga sho muhwezi wa speaker abacara ba beto mbita hanshonga yo kugira ngo nabo bambende umwanya ugo kurugira beta wora cyane mu MP wa guru
nyowe nkahata nyoni njangu obuhereza no buhereza yaba mukazi yaba musheija no buhereza akuba tukujya ngo abakazi ngo nabahereza babi nguninga abashija nabahereza babi ikitukuronda no muhereza murungi arukwatansaje nabandi kandi tukureba ngo naza guiding manye kintu cyona abakagira ngo eyabwo mukuru ejendo abwira honorable Thomas Tayewa akaryo mu parliament ahwire bakakara mu mushija no mukazi konka atabantu no rero bagamba ngo ibintu bikabita kugenda je mbene cyo kugira ngo mukazi omushija nyewe ninja ngo owayebembero bwebembezi burungi obuhereza burungi tukugenderera hagenda yo muntu echo paho abakazi kandi abingi no bakikirize nicyo kureba na turiyonza turiyonza tera karuru ntera karuru ko bwa deputy nuza kureba umukazi hino wayemerera konka na n'abakazi abinji nabo bariyo bareba noha orukwebembera obwebembezi burungi tutarkugendera hari genda y'umuntu
none n'amasuko ngo akaruru umwaka rire
anyonye n'amasuko mahango nko kuturiyo ntutera na hati binji ntuza kuterera honorable Tayebwa nanyi nza kumutera nabo nyotinkatire konka ndiyo nza kutera ntegera izizira ryanje tuje no mu alphabetical order konka nanyi nza kutera nabinji batire konka at the end of the day nyina masuko nza kuyayo obururu bwa honorable Thomas Tayebwa obururu kamaganana n'obundi obwana bwo bashija n'abakazi mbene kiwano gamba ngo abakazi bana betombwita noza kukireba ombwire buke ngo abantu twatera Tayebwa kandi twagendera bya gender
finally amuntu nabasa kwebuza ngo abanyishengero nebere kuri mu yabantu abetegerize ani kireto kikusanga akaruru ko munyishengero afo bururu busata ni kireto kikusanga ngo umuntu yatera akaruru umuntu abetegeriza ine masters amwe nebindi kafu
nanyogamba amazima ko kwagamba cyashobera akwa kubasha umubururu rwafa twena twasheka twashobora ona munyishengero tinkumanya ubwe nawe maybe kwatarireje ababaye abito bururu no asa kwa batarireje umuntu nasa kuborje rizoba nyinshi akarusheshe bushesho urukubi that could have been the reason mbenu nanyisho chanshobera konkanyowe nani ntera karuru kanje nimba ni mongu tukakasisika
bari mnonga ogo yabare hunter okurgo muri ntungamo nkiryo n'ingendo mishana no kwishaho entekateka ningaso ebiriyo n'ingendo misho ha Orushutamo Rwa Paramenti 12 okurga ha Kololo kandi kiryo njebaho misho hate cyo kureba TV no kutera karuru kw'abanyishengero ambakweta izina ogendo tera karuru abesimbireho umu deputy na Thomas Tayebwa Nyakato Asinas hamwe nondisho so byone birarugemo nza kubantu kubishaho a TV West live hamwe no makuru gitu agacenshi utakarugaho
peruka Niyonsaba Alex Nkuruma Roland Nkunyingi Muwada Namara Anet Oyes Byamukama Nsamba Patrick Oshabe Nsegumire Muhammad Chibedi Ntabazi Harriet Ntale Nsereko Madina Nulia Hafsateko Nyakata Nancy Nyakato Dorothy Nyamutoro Fiona Nyeko Johnson Kezekia Obiga Rose Obong Peter Achuda Obong Vincent Shedrick Oboth Maxons Jacob Ochan Patrick What? Ochen Geoffrey, Ochai Maximus, Odong JJ Abubakar, Odori John, Ofono Opondo Podere, Ogama Ali Ismail, Ogwal Joseph Jones, Ogwang Patrick Obura, Ogwang Peter, Ojala Mapenduzi Martin. Ojit Peter, Ojok Andrew Olanya, Okasai Sidronius Opoloti, Okelo Geoffrey Charles, Okelo Patrick Onguti, Okecho George, Okecho John Francis, Okeo Peter, Okia Joan Aniku, Okiding Sam.
Okot Benefence Henry, Okot Peter, Okoya John Calvin, Okulo Francis, Okum Gabriel, Okwere David Becham, Okwi Constantine, Olanya Gilbert, Oleru Huda Abason, Omara Paul. Omoding Emmanuel, Onek Hilary Abalokel, Onek Alit Ameri Dennis, Ongalo Obote Clement Kenneth, Ongeitho Emmanuel Jor, Ongom Patrick, Ongrok Richard, Ongu James, Onzima Fiona, Opio Samuel Achut. Opito Vincent, Opio Danish Godfrey, Opolot Isiagi Patrick, Opolot Okwalenga Simon Peter, Oligumisiriza Enid Ateide, Oron Derek, Oriema Simon Peter Adum, Osuru Maureen, Osia Solomon Alemu, Otafide Kahinda. Otim Bernard, Otim Gui Isaac Ismail, Otto Edward Markmott, Otoba Wellborn Odia, Ouma Willie, Owene Richard Machinka, Owino Nicholas Simon, Park Peter Pex, Paparu Lillian Obial, Pendun Josephine.
Rachimari Beatrice, Rugumayo Edison, Rohindi Frederick, Rotera Lilian, Rwakojo Robina Gureme, Ramirama Bright Kanyontore, Rashande Emmanuel, Sazi Godfrey, Sange Jacqueline, Sevamara Richard. Sekabira Dennis, Sekindi Aisha, Sente za Richard, Sham J. Tana, Sirwanyi Solomon, Sebuga Chimeze Bernardo, Sekitoleko Robert, Semwanga Javira, Semwanga Joseph, Sentai Muhammad. Senyonyi Joel Besekezi, Serukenya David, Serunjoji Hassan Muchibi, Sewagudde Robert, Sewungu Joseph Gonzaga, Subi Chinyamatama Juliet, Tabana Ate Sharifa, Tayewa Didas Kabumbuza, Tayewa Thomas, Tevandeke Charles. Taylor John, Tete Chirangat Evelyn, Tibiaze Peace, Tio William Taylor Oda, Tom Aliti Chandia, Tukahirwa James Viengeru Hunter, Tumukunde Henry Kakurugu, Tumurame Genesio, Tumusime John Bosco, Tumwebaze Frank Kajiji.
Tumwebaze Mwine, tumwesije Anthony, tumwesije Eliod, Turiakayo Kebirunji Mary Paula, Twala Fadil, twesije Stephen, Twinamasko Onesimus, Twinomjun Francis Kazin, Uhuru Nelson, Wako Joy Peggy. Wabusan Stephen Mwaka, Waiswa Joel Azara, Wakabi Pius, Wakida Patrick Godfrey, Wakoli Godfrey Matembu, Waluswaka James, Waliomu Moses Mwanika, Wamukuyu Ignatius Mudimi, Wandera John Paul, Wandera Sandala.
Okay. Oh yeah, malayo. Linda kuba no bajebe no malayo.
Wanyama Judas Thadio, Wanyama Richard, Wanyenya Shafiga, Wanyoto Godfrey, Wanyoto Lydia Mutende, Wekomba Sara Nambozo, Wembabazi Beatrice, Wokuli Geoffrey, Zake Francis, Zambali Blasio Mokasa, Zawede Victorious,
Yes, the names have all been read, but just in case if you came after your name was already read, please you come up and we verify that you can be given opportunity to vote. Otherwise, we would be closing. Okay. Now the polling has been closed. I want to direct the clerk so that they can open the box and the counting starts.
We are going to have 2 polling assistants. One shall receive the votes for Thomas Tayebga. 3 polling assistants plus 1 who will receive spoiled votes. You will be in charge of Thomas Tayebga. You'll be in charge of Asana, Nyakato. Then you'll be in charge of Agut Sar, and you'll be in charge of spoiled votes.
Okay, you start.
Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Sarah. Tayebga Thomas. Tayebga Thomas. Tayebga Thomas. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. TT Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Tayebga Thomas. Thomas Tayebga. Nyakato. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Nyakato Asanasio. Tayebga Thomas. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Tayebga Thomas. Agut Sara. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Nyakato Asinans. Nyakato Asinans. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Thomas Tayebga. Nyakato Asinas. Tayebga Thomas. Nyakato. Thomas Tayebga. 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 Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Honorable Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. No vote. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. 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 Nyakato. Tayebwa. 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 Sarah Aguti. Thomas Tayebwa. 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 Nyakato. Thomas. Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. 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 Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. 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 Tayebwa Andrew.
Invalid. There's no Andrew. Don't have Andrew. Thomas Andrew is not. Tayebwa is only one.
Thomas Tayebwa. Gender. Invalid. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Agut Sarah. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Agut Sarah. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa. Tayebwa. Nyakato Asnas. Tayebwa. Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. 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 Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Nyakato. Thomas Tayebwa. Agut Sarah. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. 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 Tayebwa. Thomas. Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Honorable Nyakato Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Sarah Oguti Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Asnas Nyakato Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Nyakato Asnas Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Nyakato Tayebwa Thomas Nyakato Asnas Nyakato Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Nyakato Tayebwa Thomas Nyakato Tayebwa Thomas Nyakato Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Nyakato Agut Sar Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Nyakato Asnas Thomas Tayebwa Nyakato Asnas Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Nakato Thomas Tayebwa 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 Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Tayebwa Thomas Tom Tayebwa Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa TT. Nyakato Asnans. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Nyakato. Thomas Tayebwa. 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 Tayebwa Thomas. Nyakato. Thomas Tayebwa. Agut Sara. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Nyakato. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Nyakato. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Nyakato. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Nakato. Nyakato. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. 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 Tayebwa Thomas. Nyakato Asnans. Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Nakato Asnans. Thomas Tayebwa. 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 Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Nyakato. Nakato Asnans. Tayebwa Thomas. Asnans Nyakato. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. 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 Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa Thomas. 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 Tayebwa Thomas. Nyakato. Tayebwa Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa T. Thomas. Tayebwa T. Thomas. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Thomas Tayebwa. Tayebwa, Tayebwa, Agut Sara, Thomas Tayebwa, Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Tayebwa Thomas, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Tayebwa Thomas, Thomas Tayebwa, Tayebwa Thomas, Tayebwa Thomas, Nyakato, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Nyakato, Nyakato Asnans, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, 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 Sara, Tayebwa Thomas, Tayebwa Thomas, Tayebwa Thomas, Tayebwa Thomas, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Sara, Tayebwa Thomas, Tayebwa Thomas, Agut Sara, Tayebwa Thomas, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Tayebwa, Tayebwa Thomas, Thomas Tayebwa, 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 Tayebwa Thomas, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Tayebwa Thomas, Tayebwa Thomas, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Tayebwa Thomas, Nyakato Asnans, Sara Aguti, Tayebwa Thomas, 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 Nyakato, Asnas Nyakato, Thomas Tayebwa, Tayebwa, Tayebwa Thomas, Tayebwa Thomas, Tayebwa Thomas, Tayebwa Thomas, Tayebwa Thomas, Nyakato, Tayebwa Thomas, MP Hoima City, Nyakato, Thomas Tayebwa, Tayebwa Thomas, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Thomas Tayebwa, Tayebwa Thomas, Tayebwa Thomas, Tayebwa Thomas, and finally Tayebwa Thomas. We shall begin to count the numbers obtained by each of the candidates, and we shall begin with spoiled votes.
Spoiled votes number 1. Another spoiled vote number 2. Spoiled vote number 3.
Deputy Speaker. Shall invite the officer to count the numbers, the votes garnered by Sarah Aguti.
Sarah Aguti, the number of votes for Sarah Aguti, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Put in an envelope. Okay, please. Our votes are garnered by Asanas Nyakato.
Votes for Honorable Nyakato Asinansi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, and 45.
We shall now get the votes, count the votes obtained by Honorable Thomas Tayebwa.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. 101, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139, 140, 141, 142, 143, 144, 145, 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 159, 160, 161, 62, 163, 164, 165, 166, 167, 168, 169, 170, 171, 72, 173, 174, 175, 176, 177, 178, 179, 180. 181, 182, 183, 184, 185, 186, 187, 188, 189, 190. 191, 192, 193, 194, 195, 196, 197, 198, 199, 200, 201, 202, 203, 204, 205, 206, 207, 208, 209, 210, 211, 212, 213, 214, 215, 216, 217, 218, 220, 219, 220, 221, 222, 223. Help me. 222.
24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 231, 232, 233, 234, 235, 236, 237, 238, 239, 240, 241, 242, 243, 244, 245, 246, 247, 248, 249, 250, 251, 252, 253, 254, 255, 256, 257, 258, 259, 260, 261, 262, 263, 264, 265, 266, 267, 268, 269, 270, 271, 272, 273, 274, 275, 276, 277, 278, 279, 280, 281, 282, 283, 284, 285, 286, 287, 288, 289, 290, 291, 292, 293, 294, 295, 296, 297, 298, 299, 300.
I hope so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 310, 311, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 320, 321, 322, 323, 324, 325, 326, 327, 328, 329, 330, 1, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 340, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 350, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 360, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 370, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 380, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 390, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 400, 99, 400, 401, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 410, 411, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 420, 421, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 430, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 440, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 450, 451, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 457.
Declaration of results. Having duly counted the votes, I now proceed to announce the outcome of the vote for the position of Deputy Speaker of the 12th Parliament as follows. Total number of ballot papers contained in the ballot box were 519. Total number of members who have abstained from voting is nil. Spoiled and blank ballot papers are 3. Honorable Sarah Aguti, 14 votes. Honorable Nyakato Asnas, 45 votes. And Honorable Tayebwa Thomas, 457 votes. In accordance with Rule 5, Sub-Rule 14H of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament, I declare Honorable Thomas Tayebwa as the Deputy Speaker of the 12th Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. Congratulations, Honorable Thomas Tayebwa.
Item number 16, administration of oath to the Deputy Speaker by His Excellency the President.
Can we have the Deputy Speaker-elect, Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, being conducted and taken for administration of oath by His Excellency the President in accordance with Article 82. Can we get Honorable Tayebwa? He's being dragged.
So, honorable members, the Right Honorable Speaker is going to introduce the Deputy Speaker to His Excellency the President, and His Excellency the President will administer the oath of the Deputy Speaker to the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa. After the oath, he will also receive the instruments of power as an alternate Speaker of Parliament.
So after doing the oath, you will move.
Are the other instruments ready?
Yes, we have.
They are there.
I, Thomas Tayebwa, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will at all times well and truly serve the Republic of Uganda in the office of the Deputy Speaker, and that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by law established. So help me God.
So, having taken the oath of the Deputy Speaker and signing in the oath book to be appended by His Excellency the President, the Deputy Speaker shall also receive the same instruments of power, showing that once he is in the chair, he has the same powers as the Right Honourable Speaker. So he shall receive the mace, that will be followed by the Uganda flag. His Excellency is signing the oath that was signed by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, appending his signature, as is clearly stated in Article 82.10 of the Constitution, and the Oath Act in Chapter 19 of the laws of Uganda. So His Excellency is now going to hand over the mace, the instrument of power, to the Deputy Speaker, to be followed by the Uganda flag. Parliament is a custodian of the Uganda flag, and this will be followed by the coat of arms. And after the coat of arms, we shall have the Constitution, and that will be followed by the rules of procedure of Parliament. And finally, the ceremonial robes of the Deputy Speaker of Parliament. So the senior officials from Parliament will now robe the Deputy Speaker, and he will have been fully empowered to run the affairs of Parliament as the Deputy Speaker of the 12th Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. Honourable members, distinguished guests, the Parliament of Uganda now has a Right Honourable Speaker and a Right Honourable Deputy Speaker of Parliament. And now that Parliament is fully constituted, as the Speaker comes back to his chair, I will quickly inform you that business will start tomorrow with the orientation of members of Parliament. Orientation will be at Parliament, so please ensure that tomorrow you are there for the start of this orientation. A few more announcements will be made after.
Item number 18, remarks by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament.
Your Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, honourable colleagues, members of Parliament, the clerk and staff of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency and honourable members, I congratulate you and honourable colleagues on your election and thank the people of Uganda for the trust they have put in you to lead. I also take this opportunity to congratulate my senior brother, the Right Honourable Jacob Maxwell Obost, on your election to the position of Speaker of the 12th Parliament. Today, I stand before you with a heart full of gratitude, humility, and renewed resolve. I'm deeply honored by the trust and confidence you have once again placed in me by electing me to serve as Deputy Speaker of the 12th Parliament of Uganda. I thank you, and I thank you, honourable colleagues. I wish to extend my sincere appreciation to Your Excellency the President for your enduring leadership, guidance, and trust. You have often reminded us that leadership is about service to the people, not service to oneself. That principle remains our enduring call as legislators to legislate, to oversee, and represent the people of Uganda, with the people of Uganda always at the center of whatever we do. To the members of the Central Executive Committee and members of NRM Caucus, thank you for your confidence. The journey started with you. To my colleagues, all of you honourable members of Parliament, including those who don't belong to the NRM, thank you for this renewed mandate. I do not take your support for granted. You have given me a second chance. And to my other beloved family of the Patriotic League of Uganda and our dear chairman, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, I will forever be indebted for you stood strongly by my side. I'm equally and humbly grateful to my constituents, the people of Ruhinda North, whose unwavering belief and support continue to inspire me to serve with dedication and humility. Without your support, I wouldn't be here as a Deputy Speaker. To my family, especially my dear wife, Anita Tayebwa, and our son, Timothy Rwanda Mayonza, I want to thank you for the sacrifices you've made, for your love and your steadfast support. Public service demands very much, and your social support has been my anchor in whatever I do. You give me an inspiration to work hard every day so that you can live in a better Uganda. The scripture reminds us in Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you. Today, I give thanks to God, to all of you honorable colleagues, to His Excellency, who has trusted me and who has nurtured me, and to my party, the NRM, and to our nation for the opportunity to serve once more. As we begin this new chapter of the 12th Parliament, I pledge to work with the Right Honourable Speaker and every member of this House with fairness, humility, and commitment, so that together we can strengthen Parliament, deepen democracy, and advance the aspirations of our people. As the Deputy Speaker, it is my duty to support the vision of my elder brother, Right Honourable Jacob Obost, the Speaker of Parliament. If I may tell you this, he has been my unofficial advisor. Now I'm going to be his quiet advisor as a deputy. I can't state my plans beyond what, Right Honourable, you have stated. In me, I promise you that you have a deputy who will not only support but also advise you whenever necessary or called upon. To my colleagues in the opposition and all of you honorable members, in all of us, if all of us have the same mission to get our people out of poverty, you will find in me a deputy speaker to work with. If our mission is to transform our country in a bipartisan manner, you will find me a speaker you will easily work with. Let us focus, as our president has advised us, on the issue of what is the problem of Uganda, lifting our people out of poverty. How do we do it? By working together and supporting the government in its appropriation proposals, in its legislative proposals, and then we hold them accountable through oversight. I promise, honorable colleagues, that I know all the corners of the house. I know where we need cleanup. I know where we need to maintain the status quo. And I will be sharing this information with my senior leader, the Right Honorable Bosobos, so that we can build a parliament which we are all proud of. If you move out and you say, I'm a member of the 12th parliament, everyone should be able to say, we appreciate the work you're doing. May God bless you all, and may God bless Uganda, for God and my country.
Right Honorable Speaker, sir, I request you to invite His Excellency the President to make his remarks. Right Honorable Speaker.
Your Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, I take this singular honor to invite you to address this Parliament.
The Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, whom the members have elected, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, who has similarly been just elected, His Lordship the Chief Justice, the Honorable Members of Parliament, and all the invited guests. First of all, I congratulate you, the Right Honorable Speaker, and the Deputy Speaker for being elected. Congratulations. And I thank the members of Parliament for carrying out their mandate peacefully and transparently. Thank you so much. I was last in a court of law 70 years ago, in 1956. And the offense I had committed was the offense of Okwonesa. I was looking after our cows, and some boys were playing football, so I joined them for just a few minutes. And the cows went in somebody's garden. And by the time I went there, they were really feeding on the millet of the man. So I was taken to court. And before I went to court, my father advised me that when you go to court, you say, you plead guilty. If you plead guilty, they will be lenient to you. That was the last time I was in court, 70 years ago. So I was very amused today when I heard the CJ deciding the case which was brought by one of the opposition people who wanted to campaign. And then the CJ, I was just listening carefully, and CJ, no, we cannot allow campaigning. because what you are talking about is campaigning. I thought that was very interesting. I was amused because I have not been to a court system. Then the Speaker decided on the question of the numbers. There was another opposition person, I don't know what the opposition, another member who said the members are 370 or 519. Then the Speaker also decided it very, very wisely, and I was interested. I was just watching and enjoying. But I remain with one grievance: the way the CJ blacklisted one of my votes, because somebody had written for both Tayewa yes, Tayewa was not being voted on, but it was clear that the man wanted to vote for both, and also Tayewa. So why declare that vote invalid? I need you to give it, because that's how I have been losing votes. If you check all these elections, you find that the spoiled votes are like 500,000, 500,000, and they are all NRM votes. Because my people, instead of marking in the box, they mark the picture of the person. So why do you say that is invalid? Because he has shown you what he wanted. So once the CJ has decided, I have nowhere to appeal. So I'm just mourning now. Now, with the NRM people, the Banyankore have a proverb. Their proverb is, "Endurie byukuriya oteranche." When you are making a lamb for food, you make a small one. Why? Because you want a few people to hear the alarm and come and join you. You don't want too many people to come and eat the food. But when you are making a lamb for war, you make a very big one, because you want many people to come and help you. Sometimes the NRM people do not understand the issue of broadening support. When I was sitting here listening to the results, Mr. Both got 441 votes. The NRM members in Parliament are 370 what? Something. 370 what? Something there. So you can see my strategy of making a big alarm for many people to come and join. The 372 have been joined by others. That's how we got 441 for Honorable Both and 457 for Tayewa. It is the NRM plus the independents plus some good opposition people. No, but I must mourn the 15 votes which my ally Mao took away. But those are also my votes because I'm in alliance with Mao. But he took away my 15 votes. Then my son Akena, through the girl called Sarah, took another 14 votes. Those are my allies taking away my votes. We shall sort it out with the allies. Now I congratulate all of you, the leaders. But this time, I'll have to be very, very, very clear to everybody. I have been involved in fighting for Uganda's future for the last 65 years. Started in 1960 when I was in the middle school. I was already active. In all these years, we have evolved answers for our people, which help them. I started in the cattle corridor area, the Nyabushozi area. And if you go to the cattle corridor, those people have changed. They have gone from nomadism to settled agriculture, and they have developed a dairy industry which has given them a much better life. They have a lot of things to do. I'm still quarreling with them. They need to go from free range to growing pasture and zero grazing, because they will be much better, but they have moved all the same. After that, 1995, I moved to the rest of the country. And in the 1996 manifesto, we introduced the 4 acres model. Each of the MPs should get those 2 booklets. One booklet called From Wheels at Amatafari, how in the cattle corridor we were able to help people move from grass-thatched houses to permanent buildings. And then the other booklet entitled 4 sectors and 7 activities. This was in the manifesto of 1996. This is 30 years ago. And immediately after, we introduced interest-free capital in the form of entandikwa being given out at the sub-county level. Now, all these years, we have been introducing programs for the poor people. And those who listen do very well. Show this wonderful parliament, my friend from Karamoja, the one who benefited from the Operation Wealth Creation. Let's see that man of Karamoja.
I am a model farmer in a Bin district. My village here is called Arangitai West. Arangitai Parish, Abuk Town Council, a Bin district in Karamoja. The mango trees you are seeing here were given to me by the President through Operation Wealth Creation. I received 200 mango seedlings, and I planted all, and they are all doing well. Apart from this venture, I got money from PDM last year. I got 880,000. And I used 800,000 for buying 10 goats. And the goats are there. They have multiplied. They are now 16. Part of the money of PDM I used for buying cassava stems. Through that money, I've managed to plant 2 acres of cassava. They are now doing well. The first acre I intend to harvest next year in January. Then for the mangoes, you are seeing, I started harvesting last year in 2023. The first harvest, I got 6 million. That was in June. Then second harvest in November, not September, November, I got another 6 million. So last year, from these mangoes, I got 12 million shillings. I've been selling to the people around. Actually, Soroti Fruit Factory has booked this mango. They want me to take this mango tomorrow, 2025, to the factory. Actually, I've been selling locally. I've been selling 1 at 500 shillings, 2 1,000. And people are buying. These mangoes are very good. The mangoes, trees you see here, are giving me money, a lot of money. And I want to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Kaguta Museveni, for coming up with the idea of Operation Wealth Creation in the country. This is money. I am not going to suffer. My children will not suffer because of this wealth. I call it wealth now. I always invest. I don't invest money. I invest money, not money. So I want to thank our President so much. And next year, if all goes well, I expect to get 18 million first harvest. And then second harvest, I also expect to get 18 million next year, 2025. So altogether, I expect to get 36 million shillings.
Now, that is the testimony of somebody from Abim, more than 500 miles from here, who got materials, planting materials, and some money from 2 of those programs. He first got from Operation Wealth Creation, got seedlings. Now from PDM he got money for cassava and for goats. Now, where we are, after 60 years, 65 years of trying to move our people, I'm in a position to really be very rough with people who want a level of leadership but don't care about the people they lead. In the past, I've been polite. I talk as if I'm a preacher, like John the Baptist. Please, 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 please. But now, as President of Uganda and Chairman of the NRM, I will be very, 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 very rough with people who want titles but don't want to help the people, who betray the people they lead. Why? Because I have already laid a trap for all of those people. I have put money through government programs by begging and begging all these big people, parliament, what? We have got programs on the ground. As I speak now, in every parish, there is 800 million shillings low-cost capital in each parish, 800 million. 500 million new money, and 300 million which should have been returned in the third year. So there's 800 million per parish now and per ward in Uganda. So if you say you are a leader, minister, member of parliament of the NRM, the opposition, I can't control them. They can do their own things. But for the NRM ones, I really demand that you go back to these parishes and you say, where is the 800 million? It should have covered 800 families now per parish. And in the manifesto, we are going to increase the money. We are going to make it 200 million now per year instead of 100 million. So therefore, as of now, if all of you do your work, when you go back, call all those wonderful parish chiefs and demand data on what has been happening in each parish and each ward, because in the rural areas, it is the parishes, in the towns, it is the wards. So very soon we shall, if we start in this Sanja, If we add 200 million per year, that will be 1 billion additional money in 5 years. Then plus what will be brought back in 5 years will be 600 million. So we will be having more than 2 billion in each parish by the end of this 6 years. So therefore, I don't want to hear that there is poverty in a homestead which has not accessed this money if they have the land. I demand this. And anybody who is a minister, if I come to your area and I find that you have not done it, I will sack you. There's no need why. Because I'm polite, I don't want to embarrass people. Ministers are mature people. You talk thinking that they will. But if people don't care about their own people, why should I care about them? Now, that is per parish. There is capital in each parish now. Low cost capital, which can get our people out of poverty. Then at the constituency level, you have the Emioga, that money there. I don't have the figures. When I come for the State of the Nation, I will bring the figures. That Emioga money, where is it? What is it doing? Every member of parliament should take interest in that. Then the other monies, there was grow money, there was money for the ghetto people here in Kampala, Jinja, and other areas. This money must be used to deal with poverty and jobs, and there is also money for infrastructure. Money goes to the districts. Some of the people were arrested in many of the districts because the money for the roads was being diverted to do other things because of corruption. So therefore, I want to inform everybody that all this time I've been monitoring, and normally I don't want to embarrass people, mature people. I talk thinking that I talk and act. I don't just talk. Talk, put this money on the ground, struggle. It's not always easy, but fortunately we have the money now. It's on the ground. Let's use it to get our people, all our people, out of poverty. When I see people going to Dubai to look for jobs, Dubai in the desert, get jobs there. When here, paradise, we are here, rain, everything is here. Why should people in the desert have more jobs than us? For the NRM people, I have shown them how you can create jobs very easily, very quickly, through this PDM program. Show them Basango again, just briefly. Because you are quoting the Bible, which has been quoted many times. Let me also quote what
Basango Johnson, Managing Director of Jaka Potter Farm. Jaka Potter Farm, Airgan Kwenge, Kamuli Municipality, Kamuli District. In 2007, twatandika obulunzi nga tutandikira mu Kamuli Council by then mu plot yali 50 feet by 100 feet. There's a foot atano 10 edeitaka. Tutandika tutya twali nga tulina ebyobufuzi wano mu Kamuli nga waliwo ensonga nga chairman wero C5 omugenzi kawuka bamwidukira Katonda mu ekimula eky'emirembe nga bamutoyemu abantu bangi abatama application nga balikwenda okufuuka ba chairman ba 5. High President yaida yatulungamya yakuba twana abantu mwena mwena temusobola kuba ba chairman ba 5 ayi abantu tujja mukola emirimu egingi ng'okulunda yayogera kulunda embidi okulunda enkoko byonna yabyogeraku nze napikinga mu kyokulunda enkoko n'atandika efaamu mu 2007 n'enkoko 5. Sawa dino wendogerera ku faamu kuno tize mabega ntambwire President yali yankyalira mu 2010 nga nina enkoko 500 yasanukaine. Sawa dino tutambwire twitwale tuno mulala tufulumya amagi ettu 2,000 buli lunaku ettu 2,000 liva mu miliyoni 2 buli lunaku omwezi liba miliyoni 6 omwaka tuba tuli mu biliyoni 6 n'ekitundu etuba tukolaki tuyingiza so tuwuliriza omulamu gwa president okuva ku kiseera ekyo kakati katukigiiremu president awere musanyufu ku bintu byenkoze era nga buli kaseera nkyekingako wendogera kati tulina abakozi 300 betukozesa.
Now, there you have the testimony of your own people. Basangwa started in 2007. After listening to my message as if it was a new one, yet I had been giving that message from 1995. But because many of the leaders don't care to amplify that message, people get diverted. Gumara, Babera Mbirara, diverted in it. Now, the other day, people were telling me that they are inviting me. One of my people was inviting me that there's something called Arsenal. I said, what is Arsenal? That it is a European club of football, that I don't know they have done what, and that I should go to celebrate. Celebrate for what? Please don't divert me. I was a footballer myself. Nobody can tell me about football, but I gave up football in 1966. I'm in Uganda. Liberation, poverty, jobs. I will be briefed about this Arsenal. Somebody was writing me that I should go to celebrate Arsenal. Me, Yoweri Museveni. If I want to play football, I play my football. I don't celebrate. So please, okay, you can have your Arsenal, you can have those things, but start with the people, please. Start with your own people. How can you be celebrating European clubs when your people don't have? There is a Kagaro. Put a PO there. Put a PO.
Her name is Abiobiki, a resident of Alini Reserve, Banyawer, Machtown Council in Lira District. She got the money for PDM in 2023. 970,000 and then 30,000 remaining in the bank. She planted maize. She bought maize 15 sackets. 30,000 each sacket. She used it, actually she planted it in 3 acres of land. Preparing the garden cost her 150 for the 3 acres. Really cost her 50,000.
Now, to expedite the story of Apio, she got the 1 million of PDM. She had been married for 20 years. And she has got grown-up children who are teenagers, like 18, thereabout, whom I saw. In all those years, she had never handled 1 million shillings in her life. And when she got the 1 million, She did not even have the land, her own land. She went and rented land, 3 acres, from somebody, and grew maize. Then she harvested maize, sold it, got 2.8 million. And from the 2.8 million, some of it she put back in agriculture, and she bought those sheep which you see there. She's now a rich woman. When I went to campaign, she had now 60 sheep. She's a rich woman. Got out of poverty because of the 1 million. Last I will show you these stories. I don't know where you people, how you can live with such people with such poverty and you just there asking or what? Your own people are living in poverty and you're meandering around the world watching other people's clubs. Let's see the girl of Rubirizi. I'm really going to be, I will not tolerate this. I don't want, because I'm polite, talk, thinking that people will pick. But if you can't pick, since God has kept me here for all this time, I will not tolerate this betrayal anymore. Hear this story of this woman. Terrible stories. The one of Rubirizi.
Mzine Desirata omutuze wa Rubirizi district ate yenyerera ebiseera bya kizibu nisima president wa Uganda ayatwire pidiyo nyobura n'emyaka 4 nkate n'ekinda tugira bakatwese za BDM miliyoni na yaitwara inasiga account yange narete mitwaro 98 tunayichera nakwata mitwaro 15 nagura makoko na yote vizuri ati nagura magazini buringanire mitwaro 10 nagana nagura bwana buringanire butu bubiri emitwaro 40 ati namaze kuteka mutuzu nakwata nagura ekihibo nakaleka emitwaro gumwe gabe emitwaro nagura n'obutundwaro embugo bubiri nakuteeka nasigaza emitwaro 9 emitwaro 9 naguramu bwatatu bwenkunukulya natandikirawo ati kunabena nkazunga ebiri 10 kwa 5 10 kunabena isha okwikumi umagazi w'omutungo gwalinganira bwanga tuzambaye ebyokulya byasatu byankwata byambulamu buno bunabuguzira bunubugula obutuubu nagira tukambuguza emberere eje yagirende nabuguza emitwaro nkanamitukuza kugamu bulungi obwa buntu ayina ekika kye nabuguza emitwaro 45 buguzire 40 nakwata emitwaro 30 nagura eby'omukwinenda ebyokulya kyaki ati 15 zasigire nakwata emitwaro 10 nasasula obubaati ebyo bikukulebere ate emitwaro 5 mazezera nyumba ekire ati natandika kuleberera eby'enkumi yekabula okuzaala.
Now, to cut the long story of that woman, when I visited her, she was 64 years old in age, as she said in Runyankore. But in all those 64 years, she had never owned anything in her home. Put it back in Runyankore so that they hear the beginning. In Runyankore, just that part, the beginning.
amazina nga Tusime Desirata omutuuze wa Rubirizi disitulikiti ate nyinyira kuseri ya Kisumbu nisima President wa Uganda ayatire PDM yokuraninya nkaganyina nkatene chinda kunjira.
Now, that's the story now. You hear that. You hear that. Honorables, right honorable, honor, all the excellence and all those. You hear that. I am 64 years old, but in all this time I had never owned anything in my life. Imagine. That's the story she told me. But there's also something she told me which is not captured. Because of poverty, the husband was in Kampala here. Tumsima was there alone. But with the PDM, the husband came back. I found the husband back there. So, Honorable, Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, Excellency Vice President, Right Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable. Enough is enough. Every so-called leader must use the government program to eradicate poverty and create jobs. Jobs are created by wealth. Obugaga bwebuzala emirimo. Lonyo is the one producing teach. Teach comes from Lonyo. You cannot have teach without Lonyo, without wealth. So I'm now in a very bad mood because the capital is there. So in the past, my case was not so strong. Because people would say, how do we start? Like to Musime, how do I start? But there's now capital there. There's 800 million shillings in each parish already. Use it instead of arsenal. And okay, you can have arsenal, but please solve that fast if you are a leader. Finally, I was watching here, I was sitting here, watching you shaking hands, hugging. But these people, they know that there is Ebola. Me, I will not touch any of you. Sorry. Habari. Sibakwata konze. Ebola, fortunately, Ebola is not like Corona. Corona was very dangerous because it was spreading through breathing. Ebola doesn't go through breathing, but it goes through contact, greeting, hugging. Why do you hug? There's a danger. Me, I don't have a budget for sickness. Because if I had been sick, how would I have done all these things in the last 65 years? So please, set an example. There's a big problem now in Congo. Here, let's everybody stop this shaking of hands and all this. And Corona, this Ebola first goes away. So, but thank you very much for supporting the NRM. At least you support the NRM, even if you don't do other things. NRM has been able to move forward because of your support. But now, in order to consolidate the support, let's solve all these problems. Let's really get our people out of poverty and create jobs. We can create more jobs than the population here. I have given you that mathematics. You can create more than 100 million jobs by just commercial agriculture alone, even before you go to manufacturing and so on. During the address of the nation, I will say more. For today, I congratulate everybody. I also congratulate the opposition for bringing their candidates. Apoyo Matek, Rubanga Kony. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the wise counsel to us. this parliament. We really appreciate you taking out time to come and perform your constitutional obligation under Article 82 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. And now, before we close and do the anthems, I want to ask the Leader of Opposition to forward the names of those that can be appointed on Appointments Committee. And the NRM side, they have already forwarded their names. We are checking for those from the opposition so that we can constitute that Appointment Committee. Your Excellency and my Lord, the Chief Justice, we also want to thank you for taking off time to be with us today to perform your constitutional obligation. We don't take your attendance for granted. This House will stand adjourned to 4th of June 2026 at 2 p.m. same venue, Kololo ceremonial grounds. And we rise up for the national anthem, the reversal.
Kaunda, sit down. Kaunda, man.